Hi friends, welcome to my channel. So this video is gonna be a little bit different. It's not gonna be a lifestyle or a life diary video. It's just about the things that I liked recently. I really like to watch these type of videos, but myself I never really make one. So here we go. Today I select 5 pieces of objects that I really liked recently, and I really want to share with you guys about my whole experience of having them. I have my tea prepared and I'm sitting in a very comfortable zone, so I feel it's a really good time to start this video. And shall we start? So the first thing I like recently is a camera. I'm pretty sure some of you already heard about or already have this camera. It's a vintage camera from Canon, and they already stopped produce this one, so I bought it from eBay. This camera called IVIS Mini X. I did a little bit of research. This camera has different name in different countries. My one is first sold in Japan, so it's called IVIS. I'm pretty sure if this camera sold in America or Europe, is called Ligra Mini X, I think. I bought from eBay. The buyer, she said she go to have a trip in Japan and she bought this in Japan. So I really don't know it's a second-hand one or a third-hand one, but it's in really good condition. It doesn't have any scratches and the function is perfectly good. Since I got this camera, I use it very often because at first this camera is very light and you can just put it in your pocket or put it in your bag. It's very easy to carry it around. And then the biggest selling of this camera is it has a fish eye effect that will make your video looks more casual, more relaxed. So let's see how to open this camera. Here is the actual lenses, and then you will open like this. This is the screen, so you can just see yourself when you're recording by holding the camera like this. I think the good thing is when I'm using this camera, and if I want to go to a restaurant or a coffee shop or like a place with so many people, I feel this camera is very visible because people won't notice this is actually a camera. It's so small, and it will feel like less attacking because you don't want to holding a camera walking towards a person and you don't want them to feel like what are they doing, why they hold a camera towards me. So you don't want to interrupt people when you filming your vlog. So this one is actually perfect. Nobody will notice, and you can just put it on the table or just put any surface. And also it has a tripod, so you can just put it on the table and adjust different angle. I think is a really good camera. Depends on it's made by 2015. Also the battery of this camera is actually pretty good. The camera I'm shooting right now is Canon G7 Mark III. This camera's battery is actually better than the G7 Mark III, so you don't have to worry about bring another extra battery. It can just hold a whole day without charging. And I really adore this little camera, and it's definitely one of my favorite camera. Second thing I liked recently is this book, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have read some books recently, but this one is absolutely my favorite. So this book is talking about this Hollywood icon Evelyn Hugo, and she is telling her whole life story to a journalist. Her name's Monique. On the surface, the story followed by the 7 marriages of Evelyn Hugo, but it's actually talking about the identity, love, ambition, sacrifice, and what it means to truly be seen. You will be very easy to attract into the story by just reading a couple pages at the start. It's very easy to read and it's really entertainment. When I'm reading this book, I can see a huge star rising, and behind this beauty and success, she has her own trauma. She lost the person she loved, she paid the price of being successful, and she made a lot of sacrifice. My heart feels really warm when I read this book, and I feel really sad about the way she decided to live in the end. So if you haven't read this book, I would highly recommend. It's absolutely a really entertainment book to read. When I read this book, I don't really want to put down the book. I just want to keep going. I want to see what's happened. I highly recommend. The next, the 3 objects is actually the present I got in this Christmas. The first thing is this boots, this pair of boots. Oh, I like it so much. I don't know if you like me, I want to wear heels, but when I actually wear heels walking, it's so uncomfortable. My feet is so painful. But luckily, this heels, this height is just right. I think if you want to buy a heels, you can just buy a similar one like this. It's very comfortable and stable when you're walking with this. And it's also very fashionable. You can match with different style of clothes. You can just wear jeans or wear any like casual trousers or dresses. I can just walk all the time with these boots and I never feel tired. So it's my favorite boots. Next 2 things is actually a set. The next thing is this journal from Paper Republic. I know this is a little bit expensive and in normal circumstances I wouldn't buy it by myself. But I got this as a present on Christmas and I really appreciate it. I feel like having this journal system in my bag, it makes my life more romantic. This journal is motivate me to keep writing, keep recording, and making journal by all the physical memories. And every weekend in the morning, when I write some morning pages on this journal, it just made me feel like such a quality time by myself, such a safe space to talking through my thoughts, because sometimes I have so many thoughts. You might don't remember it by the time, but your journal is always remember it. And I just feel like having a journal by the side is such a romantic thing in my life. And when I read back the journals, the diaries I write before, it just hits me again and make me feel more strong in my life. I don't know if that makes sense, but it does become the most important part in my life. And I want to show you this notebook. This leather surface can have signs by the time when you're using it, and which is why I make it personal and special. And when you open this, you can just buy different refill inside. So in my journal, the first one is book idea. I write down my feelings when I finish reading a book. And the second one is my diary. I already write so many of it because sometimes I have so many thoughts and it's just nice to keep recording. The second one is my journal pages. I just want to show you the one I made yesterday. It turns out the way I really like it. And I want to keep making one this afternoon because I downloaded so many paper resources yesterday. Yeah, I really like it. And my fourth notebook is actually the vlogging idea. I will write down the topics I want to film and just some quick suddenly inspirations in here I want to put in my videos. So far I really like this system. When I go back to China in February, I want to buy some charms and I want to put on this journal, make it more me. Next thing is actually this pen. This pen is from Lamy and is a very gorgeous, beautiful yellow one. I do have some other pens from different brand, but so far this one is the most comfortable, smooth one I have ever had. The first thing about this pen is very light and the length is just perfect. When you're holding it, it's really comfortable. And the most important thing is it's so smooth. When you're writing by this pen, it's just so smooth. The ink will never stop. And also I use the ink is waterproof one, so it's just when I finish writing, my hand won't stick on the ink and make the paper full of ink, full of different signs. So this pen is absolutely the favorite. I use it every day, every single day. My last thing I liked recently is actually a piece of furniture, and let me show you. This little furniture is actually a little heating, but I just love the fire. It makes my living room so cozy. Okay, that's actually everything I liked recently, and I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I see you next time. Bye!